doing today? Okay. Do 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 do. What? Okie dokie. Damn. It's a run to the downside. We going back to settlement at 170, maybe? Wait a minute. I thought I didn't put the time up. There we go. Do 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 do. What's up, Comma Bounce and El Hadi and friends Handy? Good. Yep. Coming back on some seller inflection point 91 lots, 236 on the way down, and there's a bunch of 143, 88, 62, 89 from 283 up to 295. If we come above those guys, could have been a liquidity grab, but we'll see. Settlement's down at 170, so could go touch settlement first, who knows. Yeah, we have 2K in Delta for the day, so it could go recover everything, or it could just be a re-up for some more upside. We just had the news, the PPI. Brr. Okay. Do 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 do. Yo. Morning. Speeding. It's definitely interesting. Everything's like opposite. So it's, yeah, it'll put your, thought process at a different level. It's like Yoda, the way Yoda speaks. Do this, you must. Try, you must. It's like do or do not. There is no try. There are nuances. Like they have a word that means for some reason I can't explain, which is nantonaku. So just that 4 syllables, nantonaku, means for some reason I can't explain. Because in the West, we always expect a reason. It's like, but for them, it's like vibes and stuff. Yeah. So there's like nuance that doesn't get translated that, you know. And then there was that literally that Bill Murray movie Lost in Translation where the guy's like cursing him out and then the translator's like, he says do it again. And she's like, I know he said more than that. It's like, and if you know the Japanese, the guy's like basically saying all these derogatory words, but the translator's not saying that. Well, that sounds like a bad translation job, but there's also like words that, you know, they don't they don't translate. Like they have a whole like senpai kohai mentality, which is like senior, junior. So they refer to people differently if they're like older or something. And the way they, you know, they have honorifics and this whole like culture around honorifics and age. And if you don't know the context, like even when you go home, like they say "お疲れ様でした" instead of, and it's like you must be tired is literally what it translates to, but it's like have a good one, like in the West we don't say that, so it's kind of like take care, see you, but to them they're like you did a good job, you must be tired, see you tomorrow. It's all in one. Yeah, if they took it 1-to-1 it would be like you must be tired. It's like you must be tired too. And then it's the last words you say to each other. But in English, they'll just be like, "Take care, you too." Like it's just not gonna match. What is it? It's like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type deal where they're dubbing over it for a comedy effect or something. Yeah. You'd have to hit the link. I have never heard of it. Yeah, their main thing is like that comes from China, which is cool, which I'm into at my stage of translation, is like the 4-character proverbs. And it's kind of like what the Buddhist sutras are, because it's like compact meaning into these little 4-character things that, you know, the only equivalent we have in the West is like idioms, like once in a blue moon or something, but it's like that type of thing where it's like a 4-character image that, like, for example, something that means like everything is transient or like ephemeral is like, it's Mugen Hoyo, in what it translates to is like dream delusion shadow bubble. So it's like, okay, like within the context, it makes sense because a dream and a delusion and a shadow and a bubble are all fake, right? So it's like fake, 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 fake. And so it's like that compact, yeah, that compact meaning burst of like just saying it quick, but it's so deep and compact in that quickness, like dream delusion shadow bubble. Like I had a comic book idea a long time ago with a wordmancer, and the guy unlocks the kanji and summons the power within the kanji character, and he can, like, pop things like bubbles, using that, and can just like explode, like turn people into, you know, like apparitions with by unlocking the meaning of things, or even the meaning, which, like, meaning itself is breaks down like a Russian doll into like mind flavor. And then if you take mind and break that down, it's vibrating heart. And then if you break that down, it's standing on the sun with your heart. So it's like, what? And then flavor is like a loss for words. So it's like if you're standing on the sun with your heart and at a loss for words, you're in meaning. And it's like, damn. So there's like layers to it. So even the kanji characters themselves have like a pictogram image to it. So if you know all the layers to the image, it's pretty robust. Pretty robust. Tens of thousands. But they're made up of radicals. Like, for example, that one for mind, which, mind is like standing, which is one kanji, and then sun, which is in the kanji for Japan itself, and then heart. They're all 3 separate kanji that come together to make mind. And so if you know the radicals, which are the parts, then you can kind of guess the meaning, even if you've never seen the kanji before, because you can see like, okay, it's like sleeping on the grass, so that must mean like rest or something. And so you can kind of guess what it means from the context of the radicals, if that makes sense. No, you wouldn't have a kanji equivalent. No, it would just be phonetically equivalent, but it's not really that. Like my son, like, unless you were assigned at birth with the meaning that your parents came up with, you would just be stabbing in the dark based off the phonemes of your whatever Western name is, which is kind of lame because it's not real. like you have to go to a shrine, and the number of stroke orders is like important and stuff. So like my son is one kanji, and it was due to the time when he was born, but his name is Ren, and Ren means lotus, and he was born in the coronavirus time. So it's like that's kind of why his name is what we called it, because, you know, lotus grow in like the swamp. So he was born in a shitty time, but it's like a beautiful thing born in the swamp. That was my choice. I was like, that name's cool. I was wondering if you stepped out or something. We got a seller here at 282. We got a 150 seller at 282. We could seller exhaust these guys. We're coming above some seller inflection points on the way down. Some previous seller at 283, at 286, 292, and 295. If we come above those guys, that could be some deep slingshot they prepared. On Friday, we'll give out another Apex account, by the way, for anyone that's interested. But yeah, kanji's fascinating. I wasn't really good at it. I just preferred talking to people in the beginning stage of study, but as I get older and understand it more, like, it's fascinating. I'm not interested in writing it, but the understanding and the origins, like, for example, the do in dojo is the way, and Tao, whatever, you know, the Tao, the way. But the kanji for Tao comes from road, and what that road means is like a path with a neck. And you're like, what the fuck? Why neck? And so, but long ago in China, there was lawlessness. So if you slay your enemies and you cut off their heads and you put them on your belt, and the bandits in the forest will see how many heads you have on your belt and be like, I'm not messing with that dude. And that's the way. So that you're on the right path based off of how many heads you have around your belt. And that's what do and dojo and the way is. If you're walking the path, then people don't mess with you. And that's what that means. So some of the kanji are antiquated in that sense, where you're like, why is neck on a path the road? What the fuck? And then if you studied like, oh, it originated in the 2nd century in China and blah, 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 blah. So they have these like images that are antiquated connected to them. It's totally different from the West. I mean, but you got like stuff from, you know, Latin that's based in Hebrew, like memories, like mem, liquid, and ori, light, liquid light. So you got some cool stuff if you go deep into language in general for like English and Hebrew and all that stuff. Miradi et obstupexcere, flecte sene quae suproch acharonto movebo. Yeah, there's Latin. I was like, if I cannot move the heavens, then I shall move the river of hell. And then I said, marvel in awe. Ching. Oh, damn. That's cool. Ah, that's cool. Painting is fun. That was like the first date I went on with my wife was we went to an art museum. And then I bought oil paints after that. Started doing that, but I'm nowhere near that level. It was so long ago. Well, even like Picasso, like painted one every day or something, which is why he has something for everyone, right? You could like fill up like multiple museums with this stuff. Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm mixing up Van Gogh. I thought. It's like, oh man, that's you gotta love that. Oopsie daisy. I bet she kicked herself for that later. It's like, thanks, mom. Thanks for believing in me. Oh, yeah, that's gotta suck. If there is an afterlife, you know they're bitter. They're just like, man. Boom shakalaka. Almost 15 minutes. That's cool. Boom, boom. We're holding the 282 seller inflection point for the slingshot. That's, oh, wow. That's, I shouldn't have laughed at the question, but he's not outside now, right? Like he didn't just croak outside while you're, uh, that's too bad. You never know when we leave the mortal coil. That's for sure. Yeah, the diet here is so like I'm lucky. Everything's good. You couldn't pay me to go to China and eat their garbage. Poisoned water, people spitting on vegetables, the gutter oil. Ugh. Do. 10 minutes. Mhm. Wait, is that is like a painting, right, of the water? Damn, you really captured the lighting. Looks like a photo. I was like, wait, what's this photo of? Is this like outside your house? I'm like, wait, what the hell? Then I'm like, wait, no, that's damn. That's cool. Seven minutes since 5 minutes. He is. That's what makes it awesome. He's like, no, stop, don't do it. And he clearly wants them. It's much better than the Johnny Depp one. That was weird. We're officially above those sellers at 295. He does that like tumble with his cane, like that was totally improvised apparently. Like his whole cane pretend limp and then roll into like ta-da, you know. Yeah. Two minutes. Minute and 30. $20. Here we go. Yes, kind of testing the lows. Same as yesterday. I'm up at 247. Oh, I'm trailing though. I'm out. $700. Still in it on another linked account with 5 micros, but it's now $400 across a bunch. I saw the sellers get accepted, so I was like, they're in control until they're not. So I'm on getting on sides with them. The code? What? We just hit some sellers at 189, 160-ish. Another 180. at 183. I'm out at settlement. If it goes to 169, that's good enough. Who? What's going on? I'm totally out of the loop. We're at the 1.8. We're bouncing off some sellers. At least for... I'm going to protect my entry here. Hold up. That 236, so it should be alright, but... Stop. Limit. Just put it there. Spleen. Yeah, we hit a 415 lot of sellers down there at 190 to 180. So getting a little bit of a burp for some refuel makes sense. Wow, it just stopped. Damn, we were shy of settlement, but that was... Missed my take profit and stopped me in profit, which is lame. Oh man, why didn't... Dave, guess how many points we went below the low was? It was 20 points low. Cha-ching. Dave, guess how many lows, or how many points shy of the London low we went below it? Exactly. It just does that thing. I wish I had looked at it. I would have like aimed at that instead. I was aiming at settlement like an idiot. So I gave away some profit, but stopped in profit, but I gave away like 50%. I just took that short to settlement and I paid myself. Nice. Yodelay-hee-hoo. We just recovered all the delta for the day. Geisha. Saying I made too much. Cha-ching. Yeah, every retest of some sellers, it rewards the sellers, and so it's definitely in control. The sellers are in control for now. Oh wow, that's awesome, Tio. That area. Shit. Who? Oh snap. This is the perfect gift for that. Hold up. Chat filter? What's that? Oh. Hit about, I don't know, 200 buyers here. 194. Damn. Yo, hot getting paid. Well, recently I've been doing I saw the sellers get accepted actually from the 189, and then so I was more keen to short when it bearishly retest 187 and then failed. I was like, there's no reason to have failed unless the sellers were in control, so that's where I shorted, and then I rode it all the way down with you guys to settlement. So, you know, there's contextual clues where it shows strength on the side you're seeing. And just the entire push down with the delta, like it was recovering all that delta as well. So it had more to go. So I was like, all right. So I look at the cumulative delta for the session on top of all that too. But yeah, it's like I don't just immediately see buyers and then hit short. It's like I wait for confirmation, you know. Right, and then that's why I end up circling them, because then I can go back and zoom out too, because I can zoom out and be like, those guys I was talking about at 190, and like on my stream I can zoom out and point to them like instantly without having to find it. So like getting in the habit of circling those guys manually, that'd be cool. Like, Now we're retesting those buyers at 194. It's the hourly close too, so we'll see some wickage for new hourly wicks. Just creating. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. I'm in the light short, but I'm not trying to give back much. Yes, kind of pushing up while NQ's still suffering weakness, but we just had a seller enter. It was a 100 lot at 174. Whether it rewards this guy immediately will be determined whether I stay in this or not. Shouldn't go above 175 if it's going to reward sellers. Damn. Yeah, I'm only in 5. I'm not as deep as you. Yeah, that's true. I got it. It's all good. I'm just waiting for this to play out before I can laugh. I think I'm going to just stay at that 175. Just shy of that. Because I don't want to be slingshot if it does go above that guy. He's at 175, so it's flirting with them now. I'm slightly above that. I'm at 187, so if it goes above that, like drop down, then I'm out. Damn, it's in it to win it, baby. Yeah, that's the thing where I'm just like, And it's like repainty as all get out. Got a 72 lot buyer at 158. If it goes below him, you could get absorption fuel. I'd like to see a jitter beneath that guy, but right now it's about to get. Nope. And I'm gonna take a small stop, most likely here. And I'm out. Reassessing. Have a good one. Yep. Nice. Nice. He's back, baby. I re-engaged. It happens. As long as you get back on track. We're at settlement, by the way, where we're just shy of it. So that could be a thing. By the way, I'm back in this one. Failed that inflection point because that's just what I do. So yep. Now I'm trailing this. I'm covering my initial stop. So at least I get back. And then it just gave it back. Damn it. You son of a bitch. You sneaky bastard. MQ. Those little, like, FUs. Gave me back my original stop. Yep. It was just like, this is for you. Just for you. Yeah. That's... Well, there are those times where it does that and then it doesn't come back, so that's why we put the stop. But I get you, it's like annoying. Like the thesis was right, and then it was just like trailing it was what got me out. $7.24 for the day. I think that's good enough. I'm not gonna trade this anymore. it's a lot of repainting noise here too. It's like not enough juice for the squeeze. Yep, right now at 170. Yeah, have a good one, man. I'll be with you guys just till the halfway point of the hour, and then I gotta head off and make a phone call. We kind of got a volume shelf for the day and ES as well from yesterday. Just a bunch of trades in this region. Yo, what's up, Duda? Pretty good. How about yourself? That's good. Yeah, I'm about to enter like a busy season, so I'm gonna be less active on the stream stuff, but I'll be still streaming every day, just not as long. Yep. Yeah, I love providing value. That's pretty much been my life's mission for everything I do. It's just trying to help. Well, we had a seller for 128 at 242. You could slingshot now that they bounced off VWAP, but I'd be looking for a slight slingshot before it goes down. But I don't know. Like we're 1K in delta, so we recovered all the delta, and now we're accumulating delta again. But if you're in a short, you're getting paid probably. I'd use 242 as your defender if the sellers accept here. There is a node there, kind of at, is that 175? I don't know if it gets all the way there. But Indeed. Yeah, I'm going to head off as well. So take care, gentlemen. See you tomorrow.